Hi, everyone. This week we are starting on our first of the developmental stages, and that is going to be prenatal development. So, this presentation or this lecture is going to take you through the development that occurs during that prenatal period. At the time of conception, the mother and the father both are going to contribute the genes that will determine the characteristics of the newborn at delivery. A fetus spends 266 days in the womb, and during these days, these 266 days, the mother plays a crucial role in the healthy development of the fetus. That we have another presentation that talks about promoting a healthy pregnancy. So that's how the mother contributes to the health and development of the fetus. We're going to talk a little bit now about that developmental process and what that looks like stage by stage. So the the prenatal period is made up of 3 trimesters. There's the first that is from conception through the 3rd month, the second, which is 4th through 6th month, and the third, which is 7th through 9th month. That sounds pretty explanatory. This graphic shows you a little bit about how the mother's shape may change throughout the pregnancy. Although I do love on this one that nothing is changing but the belly here. And I will tell you, there are a lot of things in the body that changes, including ankles and thighs and hips that will change during the pregnancy. But this just shows you a little bit about that. This slide shows you the fetal development stages. So the germinal stage is that first 14 days. Okay, so that's when it's kind of growing and expanding so that it can implant fully. The embryonic stage is the 3rd through the 8th week. And then the fetal stage is the rest of the time, which is most of the stage. And that's the 9th week to the onset of labor. So, really, the germinal and the embryonic, a mother may not even know she is pregnant during that time. It's not typically until the fetal stage that a mother really finds out that they're pregnant, although some may find out in the embryonic stage, but we're not going to know in that germinal stage. It's just too early yet. So in the germinal stage, there's the union of the sperm and the ovum, and that produces what we call a zygote. And then what happens is this cell division happens. So it just keeps dividing and dividing and dividing. And what will end up happening is it will become an embryo after 14 days, and that's when it's divided into 16 cells. Also, the placenta and the umbilical cord will develop once the embryo has implanted. So the placenta is going to provide the nutrients and hormones to the fetus. It's going to remove the waste throughout the pregnancy, and it will also act as a filter for viruses and disease-causing organisms. It acts as that immune system by providing the infant with the mother's antibodies. And the umbilical cord acts as the lifeline connecting the infant to its mother. It allows the fetus to experience everything the mother is experiencing in the lifestyle. So that means that can be dangerous chemicals, drugs, and other toxins, but it's also all those nutrients, the food. The interesting thing is what mothers will eat during their pregnancy will actually the infant tastes those tastes, right? And that passes through that umbilical cord. So they can, when they are born, they may prefer certain tastes because that was what the mother preferred during pregnancy, and so that's what the fetus is used to, or the infant is used to. So it's just really, really kind of amazing what happens during this time. During the embryonic stage, the structures necessary to support the embryo have formed. So the placenta, the chorionic sac, which is that sac that surrounds the fetus, the amniotic fluid, which is inside that sac, and then the umbilical cord, which attaches from what we know as the belly button to the placenta. The major organs and systems are forming or have formed during this time. So the heart, the lungs, the digestive system, and the brain. And even the first bone cells start to appear. So this is a really important period, right? Those important organs are being formed. And that's why it's so important for a mother to have healthy nutrition and all of the other things you're going to read about or hear about in the promoting healthy pregnancy presentation, right? The size of the embryo is about 1 inch at 8 weeks. The fetal stage is next. So this is 9 to 12 weeks. And I do want to say, if you will go to the slides, each one of these are videos and you can watch them if you go to the slides. I can't play them during the presentation, but if you want to watch them, they are really good. You can also search these online, and there are others as well if you're kind of want to see this, the fetus at all the different stages. But during this fetal stage, the sex organs are developing, so gender can be determined around this stage. Kidneys begin to function. Arms, legs, fingers, and toes are well defined and movable, so we can see them moving those little fingers and toes if you were going to see an ultrasound. The fetus will make facial expressions. They will look around. They will suck and swallow. So their size is about 3 inches long, and they weigh about 1 to 2 ounces at this stage. The next stage is 13 to 16 weeks. At this stage, they suck their thumb. They move actively. So mother feels the movements. This is called quickening. And the fetus has a strong heartbeat. Their size is now about 6 inches long, so they doubled from the last time, and they weigh about 5 ounces. From 17 to 20 weeks, they start to experience hiccups. And yes, the mother can feel those hiccups. They have eyelashes, eyebrows, and their hair is forming. Their eyes remain closed, and they're now 11 to 12 inches long and weigh about 1 pound. From 21 to 24 weeks, their eyes are well formed and often open. They even respond to light. They respond to sound. They're starting to get their grasp reflex, right? So if they had something that could grab onto the umbilical cord in there, their skin is wrinkled and thin and covered with soft hair that we call lanugo. And they have a white, greasy protective covering called the vernix caseosa. Their size is 12 to 14 inches, and they weigh 1.5 to 2 pounds. And I do want to say that that waxy surface and that soft hair just serves to protect their skin while they're in utero. From 25 to 28 weeks, we're going to start to notice a sleep-wake pattern, right? So the mother can tell typically when the fetus is sleeping because they're more still, they're not moving around much, and then when they're awake. And typically, I will say it's opposite of the mother. So when the mother's up and moving around, it puts the fetus to sleep. And unfortunately, when she settles down and wants to rest, that's when the fetus tends to wake up and get real active. They are able to survive if born prematurely, but their lungs are still not fully developed. So this is still a dangerous time to be born. Size is 16 to 17 inches, and they weigh 3 to 3.5 pounds. The 29 to 32 week stage, the baby takes iron and calcium from the mother to build up its own reserve. So this is when a mother can get iron or calcium deficient. Seeing a dentist during this time can be really important for some mothers because it can actually steal the calcium from her teeth. The fetus becomes less active due to lack of room. And you can really see hands and feet and body parts moving across the belly at this stage. Their size is 17 to 18 inches, and they weigh 5 to 6 pounds. Finally, right? We get to the end now. This is a fully developed, when we get to 38 weeks, we're talking about a fully developed fetus. They move into the final position, which hopefully is head down, to be ready for birth. They lose most of that lanugo, and their body systems are now mature, especially the heart and lungs. They're ready to be born. They're typically going to be 19 to 21 inches and about 7 to 8 pounds. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of what each of those fetal stages looks like while they are in utero. And we're going to have another video lecture that covers the delivery process. So I hope to see you there.